beginning of our conversation before we came on air, I was asking you if you knew Jeffrey Walker, a friend of mine who has a deep affiliation with the University of Virginia. He started the Contemplative Science Center. And these are the exact types of questions he's trying to get to on his podcast, Systems Catalyst, because what he's arguing is we need people to start fixing the systems that are causing some of the issues. And it's not going to be the governments who do it. It's going to be a bunch of us uniting and starting to look at what are the breakdowns. So one thing we just talked about macro. Now I want to go micro. So I've got two kids, 21 and 27, who often tell me they're paralyzed by what direction they should take in their career with the onslaught of digital disruption that's happening, especially the evolution of AI and how many industries, jobs, professions it's disrupting. What advice would you give to other young leaders or students who are paralyzed with the same decision?
That is a moment in life that is a really hard moment. It's particularly many smart, hardworking young leaders. What's difficult is they could do lots of things, and that's what's paralyzing. It's easier for folks who are like, look, I'm naturally gifted and excited about this thing. I want to be a nurse, and I've always wanted to be a nurse, and more power to those folks. But many people are like, oh, I could be a nurse, and I could be a physician, and I could be a lawyer, or thinking about yourself as I want to be a consultant or an investment banker, and then all of a sudden having doubts about that because of the rise of AI and things like that. And in those moments, there isn't a simple answer. There's no, hey, you shouldn't be a lawyer, you should go into elder care or those kinds of things. But this is a perfect example of a multi-criteria decision, right? It's a decision that is based on your values, who you are, who you want to be. It's a decision that's also sensitive to what kind of life would I be able to create for myself and my family? Or is this a growing industry, a shrinking industry? What kind of effect do I want to have on the world? Is this meaningful to me? And by thinking about all of those things, we've got to be able to put together a couple of places where we want to try, hey, I'm really excited about what's happening in education technology. I'm really excited about what's happening at the intersection of AI and financial literacy. And finding places to run experiments and build a set of skills that make people adaptable. That's the other thing, is by making uncertainty smaller. In this moment, part of what makes it hard is believing that you're picking a career always and forever, versus saying, look, I'm going to do this thing for 3.5 years, and I'm going to learn a lot, and I'm going to then build some skills that are going to allow me to pivot to something else. And that, I think, is going to become much more of the new normal, is that, like many things that used to be stable, and no longer are, this idea that I'm going to do the same thing for 35 years is also going to go out the window.